Okay, I thought it would be interesting to take a look here at some of the boning knives that we have a significant amount of experience with and look at the differences in them. Let me just start off by saying I don't have a Dexter in here or some of the other brands, the reason is because I don't have enough experience with them to say anything. So let's start off by looking. I'm going to compare these two kind of first. They are going to save you a few dollars, yet they're very effective. Then we'll look at this one. It's the most expensive of the group, and then we will compare these two, which are very similar knives, and we'll just kind of talk about what advantages and quirks they have. Okay, we'll start by looking here at the Mora Frost knife made in Sweden. I'm going to mainly compare it to the Fdic because they're the same price. They're generally a few dollars less than the others. The things I like about it steels beautifully, it sharpens well. You can sharpen it on a polished steel and it's very responsive to it. It sharpens quickly. The handle fits my large hand well. They have several handle options. This is the only one I like at all. This part I wish was a little more pronounced because you don't want to slip your hand down on the blade. But it's a good knife and reasonably priced. The Fdic, again, it's in that same lower price class. It works very well for the price that it is. They're very well known. They're made in Germany. Again, they have several handle options, and I actually like all of their handle options personally. My hand is thicker than some, and so it fits well. Things I like about it is that it just flat works. It sharpens well. It will get very sharp, sharpens quickly. It does not respond as well to a polished steel. That's my biggest objection to it. The only other thing I will say is on the spine ratings, there's a bigger jump from flex to semi-flex and so on, and it's not as gradual. But they work well. Yeah. Okay, this is the Victory knife. As a rule, if you can get a hold of Victory knives, I use them for my skinning knives. I use them for steak knives. They're just a really great knife. On boning knives, they're not my first pick, and the reason is primarily that we don't have very many options for spine. They have the 3 and the 2, and that's our only options in the U.S. And they don't always have very many options for handles, and I find that this handle gets a little slick, and when it does, it's a little bit fatigued. Other than that, it steels beautifully. It gets very sharp. It's easy enough to sharpen. It might be a little slower to sharpen, but overall, it's a great knife. The Victorinox is kind of the industry standard. Everybody's familiar with them. They are an excellent knife. They sharpen quickly. They'll get very sharp. They steel well. They basically do everything well. Their rating on the spine is gradual and good. Personally, I really like them. They don't fit my hand as well as some of them do. But if it fits your hand, this is about as good as you're going to get. Some of the guys I work with don't think it holds an edge as well as the Inox, but it's a good knife all around. This is the Inox. This is actually the knife that I probably use the most. It's made in Sweden. It's reasonably priced, very comparable to the Victorinox. Steels beautifully. Sharpens well. Maybe a touch slower to sharpen than the Victorinox. I don't know. It might hold an edge a touch better too. I don't know that it does. I know a couple of guys that think it does. The main reason I prefer it over the Victorinox is the handle fits my hand a little better than the Victorinox handle. The spine ratings are very even. They gradually increase very nicely. And the edge retention seems to be pretty good. Good knife overall.